guys, welcome to my channel. My name is LaToya. In this video I'm going to give you my tried and true tips and tricks on how to elevate your makeup look. First thing first, we're going to go ahead and jump into the preparation of your skin. Your skincare routine is the most important part of applying your makeup. If your base is not together, then everything else is going to be going downhill from there. Always make sure that you cleanse your skin, exfoliate, moisturize, and add an SPF. Now, when it comes to a cleanser, I'm not going to give you guys a particular cleanser, because it all depends on your skin concerns, on what cleanser you're going to use. And that's the same thing when it comes to a moisturizer. It all depends on your Can I get it out? It all depends on your skin's concerns on when it comes to a moisturizer as well. Now, when it comes to exfoliating, I do have a couple products that I am willing to recommend to you guys when it comes to exfoliating. So, exfoliating that I've used in the past is Wishful Yo Glow Enzyme Scrub. This is a really good exfoliator. The one that I'm using now is the Peter Tom & Roth Firm Peel Gel. I'm using this one because this is what I have. I actually ran out of the Wishful. There's nothing in here. It's completely empty. I just still have the package. I really need to throw it away because it's empty. But they both pretty much do the same thing. You just follow the instructions on the back of the package. You just have a clean, dry skin. You use maybe like a quarter size and apply it to your skin. And as you rub, you're going to notice that the product is going to collect into like little balls, and those balls is actually your dry skin that is collecting. If you have more of a sensitive skin and you don't want a more abrasive exfoliator, then I would say that would be your best bet, because it's not as abrasive as like a sugar scrub or something that actually have like something in it, like a texture to it. After you use the exfoliator, make sure that you moisturize, and then after you moisturize, use the SPF. The SPF that I like to use is the Super Goop Sunscreen, the SPF 40. This is my favorite one to use because it does not have like a white coating or a white gray purple coating. It's actually clear, and honestly, it works very well underneath my makeup. I've never had issues with it underneath my makeup. So if you guys don't know or don't have like an SPF that you like to wear underneath your makeup, I would recommend you to get the Super Goop Unseen Sunscreen. Once you apply your skincare products, allow it to absorb into your skin for at least a good 10 to 15 minutes, no more than 30 to 45 minutes. If you want the best results for your makeup application. So right now, I'm about to let that sit in and absorb into my skin.
Few moments later.
The primer that I'll be using for this makeup look is going to be the NYX Professional Makeup, the Plump Right Back Plumping Serum and Primer. So now I'm just going to go ahead and do my brows. I am going to speed through this part of the video because I don't have any tips on this until we get to the end of the brow application. However, if you need a little bit more assistance on how to do your brows, I do have a video dedicated to just brows. So I will make sure that I put it in an eye for you guys. Now that I have my brows filled in, I am going to set them with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Freeze Gel. Now what I like to do is just pretty much brush this in my hairs. I like to coat the top and bottom of my hairs with the long bristles, and then I take the shorter bristles to kind of like style or shape my brows to my liking. Now on the flat part of this applicator, there is like additional product, so if I need extra product, I just like to kind of press that into my brows. Now that my brows are brushed up, I do take the shorter end of the brush applicator and kind of shape them to my liking. Once my brows are in the shape and the position that I want them to be, I take my finger and I just like to roll my finger into my brow to kind of press them into my skin to kind of give it that laminated look. And then I take my finger and just wipe off any of the excess or the residue from the brow gel. Make sure that you get off any extra residue from the brow gel off your skin before you apply your foundation, because what's going to happen is that your foundation is going to get caught in that residue and it's going to peel and flake and it's going to look real crusty. We don't want that. We don't want that. We're trying to elevate our makeup look, okay? And that's not gonna elevate it. Boom. All right, so let's go ahead and do the next brow. When it comes to applying product, make sure that you apply it to your skin first, because what you want to do is warm it up before you put it on your skin. You don't want to just throw product on your skin. You don't want to just take it out and put it on. Now, don't get me wrong, I do this sometimes. Whenever I'm in a rush, I do tend to like just use the applicator and just swipe it on my face and then blend it out from there. But if you want like a really flawless makeup look, what you want to do is just apply it to the back of your hand, warm the product up before you put it onto your skin. When you do this, it gives you more of a precise application. At the end of your application, it gives you a skin-like finish. And then on top of that, you don't use as much product. Now at this point, I feel like my color corrector is pretty much dried down. I'm going to take my powder puff sponge and just going to pat it. Do not swipe, always pat. And I'm just going to pat this and melt it into my skin. And my next tip is use a damp powder puff instead of a beauty blender or a brush when it comes to applying your foundation. I'm telling you, I don't know how many of you guys have watched my videos before in the past, but whenever I do a makeup look and I've been using this, I've been raving about these as for foundation applications for months now, for the past few videos. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna talk more about it a little bit later in the video, but I'm telling you, like, this is chef kiss. I got these off of Amazon. You can get them off Amazon. I think I got like a pack of 10 or 15 for $5 off Amazon. I'm sure you could probably get more for less, but I just didn't want that many because I wanted to test it out. While I was testing it out, I ran into this, and honestly, I'm gonna have to buy more. I really am gonna have to buy. I've been using, like, washing what I have and reusing them, but eventually I know I'm gonna have to purchase more of them. I'm going to be using the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. And I'm going to take this same powder puff, pick up some of that translucent powder, and I'm just going to press it into my under eye. Pretty much where the color corrector is. And then I'm going to take my brush and a little bit extra, like whatever powder that's left over in the top of that, in the case, and I'm just gonna brush that all over my face and then wipe off any extra or excess off of my under eye. The tip of this is pretty much setting your color corrector. Anytime you color correct your skin, it could be under eye, it could be blemishes. Anytime you do a color corrector, make sure that you set your color corrector, because if you don't, it's going to slip and slide and move with the foundation. My next tip is to mix foundations. So the reason why you want to mix your foundations is because it gives you a customizable look. So there's two reasons why I mix my foundations. One reason is that sometimes, depending on the time of the year, my skin changes. If it's summer, I get darker. During the winter, I get lighter. So sometimes the foundation does not exactly match my skin. So I tend to like to mix my foundations to give me my customizable shade. The second reason why I like mixing my foundation, which is the reason why I'm doing it today, is that it gives me a customizable finish. So on a day-to-day, I love a nice matte but yet slightly dewy. I guess it'll be more of like a satin finish. But instead of going out and finding like different foundations that's in my skin tone that have these different finishes, I just mix my foundations. So today what I'm doing is I'm mixing two pumps of the Makeup Forever HD Skin. This one's more of a matte feel. It's actually more of like my skin but better, but it's still matte, but it's not drying. And I'm doing 1 pump of the Makeup Forever HD Skin Hydro Glow because I still want like that dewy look to my skin. Once again, I'm mixing it on the back of my hand because you don't want to apply it directly onto the skin. You want to mix it on the back of your hand, warm it up, and then apply it to your skin. Now what I've noticed is that the powder puff give you like a streak free application without absorbing too much of the product. So when it comes to the Beauty Blender, we all know the Beauty Blender absorbs a lot of product. So that's really good if you apply too much foundation and you want to lift some of that up. The Beauty Blender is your go-to sponge. If you want like the maximize, they say if you want to maximize your foundation coverage, use a brush. And don't get me wrong, the brush still takes some of your product, but not as much as a Beauty Blender. This right here, when you damp it, honestly, like you can use it when you dry, but I like it when it's damp. It kind of moves a little bit more freely. I like it when it's damp because it moves more freely on your face and it just feels better than what it would when it's dry. And it gives you streak-free, skin-like finish application. This is like the best thing. Honestly, I don't even know why maybe the girls have been talking about it because I know TikTok is where it's at. I don't know if the girls been talking about it on TikTok, but for me, honey. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and speed through this portion of the makeup routine because I don't have any additional tips at this moment. But once I get to my next tip, I am going to stop and tell you what that tip is. Now that I have my face done, I do have 2 more tips to give to you guys, and yes, they are lash related. So when it comes to applying mascara, there's no right or wrong way to apply mascara. But I have noticed that over the years, the way that I've been applying mascara has been a foolproof way of applying mascara. Now, what I mean foolproof is I don't have as many mascara smudges or hiccups, and it's usually always like my upper lid. You sit here and you take hours to do your eye look, and then as soon as you apply mascara, and you end up getting mascara all in your eye look, your eye makeup, and you're like, oh my god, now I gotta figure out how to cover this up. And this trick has kept me from having those issues. Okay, so what I do is, I know you guys, as soon as I say it, it's gonna sound so simple, but it works. Apply my mascara on my lower lashes first, and then apply it to my top lashes. I know this one it sounds so like simple, but girl, it wasn't until I've been doing this for maybe like probably about 3 or 4 years, and before that it was just never something that I thought of, and I was just like, hold on, wait, what? I don't know what made me just apply mascara to my lower lashes first, but I did, and I just been doing it nonstop since. Don't get me wrong, you do have to get used to doing that, like applying your mascara on your lower lashes first. But once you do, I'm telling you, you're never going back. You never. Now that I got my mascara on, I'm just going to take a spoolie and just brush them through, just to make sure that there's no additional clumps or anything in my lashes. This tip here is how to apply lashes that's not going to move. They're not going to move. Once they on there, they're on there, and they're not going to move until you are ready for them to come off. So I don't know about you guys, but when I first started applying lashes, I used to always have issues. Actually, I had a few issues. One of them was that whenever I put the lashes on, they always like slip and slide. They would not stay in place. Like wherever I put them, they would slide all over the place, and I could not get them to stick. I've tried allowing the glue dry down and get tacky, doing multiple layers of glue on the lash strip, but for some reason they would not stick to my lashes. Like I would have the hardest time applying lashes, and then even once I applied them, the corners of my lashes would still stick up, and they would not stick up like at the beginning, but as the day go on, the corners of my lashes will begin to lift. It's either on the outer corner or the inner corner, like somewhere it will begin to lift, until I learned this trick. Now this trick here I'm about to show you, I've been doing this for years. I actually have a full dedicated video on how to apply lashes like a pro. I am going to put in the eye just in case you want to see like step-by-step full detail video on how to do that. But I am going to show you guys how I do it, where they're not going to move. Once you put them on, they're on. The corners are not gonna lift. I don't care if you dancing, sweating, hell, jumping in a pool. I'm telling you, these lashes, they are not going to move. Once they are on until you're ready to take them off. And they're not gonna rip your lashes out, because I don't apply lashes on my lashes themselves. You don't have to worry about your lashes like ripping your lashes out, your natural lashes out. The lashes I'm using today is from Ardell Lashes. These are the 424, so 424. And the first thing I'm gonna do is apply lash glue onto the lash band. Make sure that you apply it from the beginning to the end, like all the way on the lash. Just apply it all on the lash band. Okay, just a good amount. Don't Don't get too crazy, but like a generous amount, like a good amount, only on the lash band, guys. Okay, now once you apply the lash glue on the lash band, you're just gonna set them to the side, because this step is pretty much typical for any lash application. You want to set it aside, let the glue dry down just a little bit, just so that it's tacky. You have at least a good, I would say, about 5 minutes before you might have to reapply more glue. I would say you have a good like 5 minutes to get the lashes on before they're not tacky anymore. But honestly, with this technique, you really don't have to worry about that, because it's still going to stick. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lash glue and I am going to apply it to like my lash line. Okay, you do not need a lot to do this. You just want to put a coat of lash glue right where you want your lashes to sit. So right, not in the hairs of your lashes, but like right above your lash line. So now that I got the glue on my lash line and on my lashes, I'm going to let that sit down and dry down just a little bit for it to get tacky. And I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out there, that when you're doing the lash glue on your lash line, either you could put it completely across the lash line, especially if you want that heavy duty hold. I usually go that route because I don't want anything to be flying off. You never know what the weather's going to be like. You never know what predicament you might be in. Your lashes might be gone with the wind, child. Or you could just apply the lash glue in like the inner and outer corner. Those are usually like the problem areas, to hold the lashes down, to make sure that those ends are not lifting. It depends on you, it depends on your preference, but me personally, I just go ahead and put lash glue all the way across my lash line, just to make sure that my lashes, honey, they ain't going nowhere. They're gonna be parted. By the time I'm done, they part of me until I'm ready for them to come off. So the lash glue has dried down. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is just pretty much put on my lashes. You see how as I'm applying the lashes, they are not moving, they're not slipping and sliding. They're not doing any of that. It's like where I put it is where it's gonna go until I'm ready to move it. And then I'm just gonna squeeze them down. And now they are on. They're not gonna move. They're gonna stay on there until you're ready to take them off. All right, guys, so those are a few of my tips and tricks that I've learned along the way on my makeup journey. Guys, I have so many tips in my pocket that I can show you guys. And if this video do very well, I will come out with a part 2. And just because it's a part 2 doesn't mean that I'm giving you like the scraps. No, I made sure when making this video, I created a list of like tips and tricks, and I just randomly picked some, and I really do have like some more goodies when it comes to tips and tricks. I did a few of them in this makeup look. I'm wondering if you guys can kind of pick up on I don't know. I wonder if you guys picked up on a few of them when I was just applying my makeup. Alright, so if this video do very well, I will create a part 2 of tips and tricks that will help elevate your makeup look. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please do subscribe. If you have any questions or you want to leave a comment, leave it down below in the comment section. Thank you all for watching, and remember, you're made for more. See you next time. Bye.